It was tense. He was wearing Kevlar every day. Guns were everywhere in the house. Preparing for infiltration.
We had Dr.
The day he threatened to beat the shit out of the CEO.
And I listened to him threaten to kill him. He said, I'm not doing this. And I'm so grateful that I was there kicking in that door so he could just blow it down. There's an effort. I'm surprised people ain't catching on yet.
Katt Williams, he recently pulled a Jaguar Wright and was just doing a lot of truth-telling.
Want to know what's interesting?
Go ahead.
It's Katt Williams that taught me how to be Jaguar Wright.
Oh, wow, okay. What was it about him that you kind of say, ooh?
10-10. Walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him. And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house. And I left. You know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar to bed. To bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on.
Wow.
In bed.
Day guns were everywhere in the house. Preparing for infiltration, we had Dr. threaten the day. He threatened to beat the _ out of the CEO. And I listened to him threaten to kill him. He said, you are not doing this. And I'm so grateful that I was there kicking in that door so he could just blow it down. There's an effort I'm surprised people ain't catching on yet. Katt Williams, he recently pulled a Jaguar Wright and was just doing a lot of truth-telling. Want to know what's interesting? Go ahead, it's Katt Williams that taught me how to be Jaguar Wright. Oh wow, okay, what was it about him that you kind of say, oh, 101 walking away was hard, but it was when the Illuminati first started coming after him. And I'll never forget the day when they breached the house and I left, you know, back in that moment, Katt was still wearing Kevlar the bed age to bed. I would get in bed with him at night and he would have Kevlar on what in bed. Jaguar Wright, the R&B singer known for her bold and fearless revelations about the music industry, has been on a roll lately exposing the hidden secrets of many known celebrities. She's been calling out big names left and right and never shied away from controversy, just like my man Katt Williams. Apparently Jag isn't calling out Katt, but more voicing her concern about how he's basically disappeared from the limelight ever since speaking on Diddy's recent lawsuits, just like Jaguar. Katt has been fearless in speaking out against the dark side of Hollywood. However, Jaguar is now seriously worried for him. You see, she's been getting threats herself for spilling the tea. And she fears that Katt's relentless truth-telling might just put him in grave danger. In her words, they're going to off him if he keeps going down this dangerous road. It's a chilling thought. And it makes you wonder just how deep and dangerous these industry secrets really are. Let's dive into what Jaguar Wright has to say about Katt Williams and why she's so scared for him. Katt Williams has been on an absolute tear lately. And if you've been following his recent interviews and stand-up routines, you know he's been dropping some serious truth bombs. He's using his platform like never before, calling out the many horrible things that some celebrities have been doing in the entertainment industry. And he's not just throwing shade for the sake of it. Katt is coming with receipts and a fierce determination to expose the ugly realities behind the glitz and glamour. One celebrity who has particularly felt the heat from Katt's revelations is Diddy. Yeah, we're talking about the same Diddy who's been a colossal figure in the music world for decades. Katt has singled him out multiple times, accusing him of engaging in some pretty shady and unethical practices, from exploiting artists to allegedly being involved in much darker activities. Katt hasn't held back in painting a troubling picture of the music mogul. It's the kind of commentary that makes you sit up and take notice. I mean, we've all heard rumors and whispers about the music industry being a tough place, But Katt's accounts add a whole new layer of intensity to those stories. He's been detailing incidents that suggest a serious misuse of power and a deeply ingrained culture of exploitation. It's shocking to say the least, and Katt's fearless approach to shedding light on these issues has earned him a lot of respect from fans and truth seekers alike. But here's where things get really worrying. Jaguar Wright, another truth teller who's been exposing the dark sides of the industry, has expressed serious concern for Katt's safety. She knows firsthand how dangerous it can be to speak out. She's been receiving threats ever since she started her crusade to reveal the hidden skeletons of the entertainment world. Interview Katt's relentless truth-telling could put him in real danger. Jaguar's fear isn't just paranoia. The entertainment industry, with all its power and influence, doesn't take kindly to people airing its dirty laundry. When someone as high-profile as Katt Williams starts pointing fingers and making serious accusations, it's bound to ruffle some feathers. And not in a good way. Jaguar's own experiences with threats give her a unique perspective on the risks involved, and her concern for Katt is palpable. And it's not Katt doesn't know the consequences of what he's doing. They've been aligned, and there are these alliances in comedy. And if you stand against them, then they sometimes have a problem. But we don't let that change the content, because that's all you know me for, is that I'm quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. But Williams isn't one to be scared by the goons of the music industry. You know, one thing that's really eye-opening about Katt Williams' crusade is how he's totally immune to the usual tactics that music mogul use to silence their critics. Take Diddy and other big names in the industry, for instance. They've got a well-worn playbook for dealing with people who try to expose them, throw a ton of money their way, and hope it makes them shut up. It's worked plenty of times before someone starts talking, threatening to reveal some ugly truths, and before you know it, they're suddenly driving a new car, living in a new house, or just mysteriously quiet. But here's the thing about C. Williams, he's not playing that game. Money doesn't faze him. He's made it clear that he's not interested in being bribed or bought off. It's almost like he sees through the whole charade and is determined to keep speaking his truth no matter how many zeros are on the check. It's pretty fascinating, because let's be real, most people would at least consider taking the money, especially when you're talking about the kind of cash that Diddy and his peers can throw around. We're talking life-changing sums here. But Katt, he's not biting. He's all about integrity and exposing what he sees as the corruption and exploitation in the industry. And no amount of money is going to make him change his tune. This resistance to bribery makes Katt a particularly dangerous figure for those he's calling out. They're used to being able to buy their way out of trouble. But Katt isn't for sale. Now I've had to turn down $50 million four times just to protect my integrity. And that virgin hole I was telling you about. Another fascinating and somewhat unsettling aspect of Katt Williams' recent revelations is how he's spoken about the times he had to stand his ground and say no to Diddy. According to Katt, there were multiple occasions when Diddy tried to make him offers that not only compromised his integrity, but also his safety. And let's be clear, we're not just talking about minor inconveniences. Katt is hinting at some seriously dangerous situations. In his usual candid style, Katt has mentioned how these offers from Diddy often came with strings attached that were too risky to ignore. He's talked about feeling pressured to participate in activities or situations that went against his principles, and more importantly, put his well-being on the line. It's a chilling thought, because it suggests a level of coercion and manipulation that goes beyond the typical business dealings we hear about. 'Cause P. Diddy be wanting a body, and you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did see. I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely. Katt's decision to repeatedly say no in these instances speaks volumes about his character and his commitment to staying true to himself. It's not easy to turn down opportunities, especially in an industry where connections with powerful figures like Diddy can make or break your career. But for Katt, no amount of fame or fortune was worth jeopardizing his safety or compromising his values. This defense undoubtedly added to the tension between him and the music moguls when you refuse to play by their rules, especially when those rules involve shady or dangerous elements. You become a thorn in their side. And that's how he got on the bad side of Puff, how it all starts to make sense, why Katt Williams is on Diddy's bad side. Not only did Katt have the audacity to say no to Diddy's advances and questionable offers, but he also tried to blow the lid off some of Diddy's most closely guarded secrets. And we're not talking about minor gossip here. Katt has hinted at exposing Diddy's alleged gay relationships, which is a subject that's been a source of speculation and controversy for years for someone as powerful and influential as Diddy. Having someone like Katt publicly discussing such personal and potentially damaging details is a huge deal. It's easy to see why this wouldn't sit well with him. Diddy's entire brand is built on a carefully curated image of success, control, and masculinity, and any threat to that image is taken very seriously. Jaguar Wright's fear for Katt's safety becomes even more understandable in this light. She knows how the industry works and how far people will go to protect their secrets. If Katt is revealing information that could potentially destabilize Diddy's empire, the backlash could be severe. These aren't just idle threats. These are the kind of disclosures that can provoke serious and potentially dangerous reactions. Even though Jaguar Wright is deeply worried for Katt Williams, it seems that Katt himself is drawing strength and courage from a higher source amid all the controversy and potential danger surrounding his outspoken crusade. Sade has made it clear that he's putting his faith in God to see him through. Katt's spiritual convictions have been a recurring theme in his career and personal life, despite the pressures and threats that come with exposing powerful figures like Diddy. Sade appears to find solace and resilience in his faith. For him, this isn't just about airing dirty laundry. It's a mission that he believes is guided and protected by a higher power. Because I'm favored by God, like when I